Hello, everyone who's watching. Today we are experimenting with self-portrait in sunglasses. So our aim will be to do pretty much sketchy portrait because the main story is about the sunglasses. And we will use extra piece of paper to put the sunglasses on. I see Juliet is joining. Very nice. So yeah, no worries, girls. I can repeat what we decided to do today. Yay, cool to see you.
I think we're gonna be a little late with it because there was some water spilled, so we're cleaning it up right now.
Okay, no worries. I mean, we can give you 5 minutes or so. Yeah. Like, so you can also join join. And we decided we go with watercolors today. So if you hear me, you can prepare your watercolors, brushes, and then in the end, it's our typical piece of paper. And then, as I said, some extra piece of paper that will work as sunglasses later that we will cut and put on. Yeah, so. We will start slowly with the composition. So, as usually, you take your pencil and let's analyze. So we have our paper, and of course, we see the portrait is kind of big. We have the shoulders. They are really like from both sides, and then the head is really pretty much to the top. So make your portrait big. So it kind of takes all the space of your paper. So for example, yeah, maybe somewhere here I'll start with the head. Yeah, and I like to start not from the top and going down, but I do both sides. So let's say on my piece of paper I've marked where my head is starting, but then I go to the shoulders. Then I say, okay, maybe my shoulders will be here. Yeah, and like this I kind of limit the size, so then I can go back and forth and decide how then I have neck and chin left for the face, how it's all gonna be. Yeah. So, and then of course, like think a bit, yeah, what hair you want. Like we all girls here, we all have long hair, so probably it will be something similar. But look here, you can decide. Yeah, I did like one part of hair goes in front, some hair are behind. You can do both behind. You can do even maybe some like if there is any haircut you like or you usually have, or maybe you don't have and you would like to have, then you can actually try on this portrait how it would look on you. Yeah. So okay, I'm still not decided about hair, so I'm kind of just made the long lines here, and yeah, then let me think where my chin will go. Yeah. It can be also very useful just to put a middle line. So for example, I mean, you can measure, it's not necessary, like more or less, but the middle line is always good. I can make it like very, not so strong, so I can erase it later, but it helps me to make things symmetrical. So then I start playing a little bit both sides from my middle line. Yeah, and then I do it. And then the same with the neck. Yeah, so even if I decide to put my hair in front, I still I can draw first my neck. Okay, now it looks a bit long. Yeah, but anyway, I do it first the way it is. And then even if my hair go in front and yeah. So take your time to do the portrait, erase where you need, yeah. Make something maybe bigger, something smaller. Yeah. Maybe also the t-shirt, put more up or more down. Okay, my painting has a kind of long neck. It reminds me a little bit, there is a French painter, maybe half French, half Italian. His surname was Modigliani, name Amadeo Modigliani. He used to live and work in France in those impressionist times. And then you can easily recognize all his paintings by a very long neck. Yeah, so actually I'm gonna leave my neck this long as it happened. Maybe it will be a little bit Modigliani style. Yeah, you can later Google his name, you will find he painted always very like, the faces are very pale, are also very simple, and the most like this long neck is what was his kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe something more interesting with the t-shirt. Let me think. Maybe. Another very useful tip. So when you're doing neck and t-shirt, always use the thing that you are dressing up. So let's say if this is the line of my neck that goes to the shoulder, I always put my clothes a bit on, and a little bit even like a bit exaggerated, but still then it feels more realistic. We feel that it's on top of the person. The same like if you're drawing a hand and then you have something, yes, let's say like here, you can even see, yeah, in my hand, it's always on top. So, I mean, it is true that, yeah, but so when we draw, we don't need to forget it, and then draw this like a little step when moving. Yeah. So actually the next step, what I would do, I would actually plan my sunglasses, and then I would do the nose and the mouth. Yeah, because then I will see more or less how my sunglasses will look. I would suggest you find and take some separate piece of paper. Yeah, it can be like somehow I have just this piece of carton that I kind of think I'll use. I mean, it can be white. Yeah, and then of course plan it a bit. And I find it looks stylish when it kind of a bit exaggeratingly goes over the face. Yeah, so maybe it's not that realistic, but we are artists, we exaggerate things because, yeah, we want to express something particular. So then you can put the paper, measure it. Yeah, and then of course, then I can maybe a bit bigger even. Yeah, I'll do even a bit bigger. Like, yeah. And then of course, so I think I'm here to here. And of course, the most fun part is painting something inside the sunglasses. Yeah, and this is kind of the story of what each person sees in the, yeah, so my favorite topic is always sea. I like to be in the water, so then I often choose, yeah, but you can choose different, can be, yeah, maybe like today's mood, maybe today I want some ice cream, and it's kind of like what I see in my eyes, then I paint, or maybe it can be some animals you like. Maybe it can be also actually eyes, you know, like one eye is closed, one eye is open. Can be very, very creative. Can be the same, can be different. Yeah. And here then I'm kind of sketching. Yeah. And I suggest, so if you have your paper and you did a drawing of sunglasses, don't cut it yet. I think it's more comfortable to do the painting first, and then in the end you cut and you glue it on top. Okay, more or less. So here the nose is just a very simple line. So actually I can also think to make it later. Now I can even, like I had sunglasses, maybe I'll correct a little bit my face. So I decided to make it a bit wider. Maybe I do some necklace or something. It's interesting. I can do the. Yeah, cool. Since I kind of by accident I had a long neck, I can think now of some. Yeah, I'm changing the style a bit. I'm doing the t-shirt also a bit different. Okay, the hair I kind of like this style. That one hair goes front, one behind. I think it's also. Yeah. So feel free, take your time, girls, but just then let me know once you're ready, then we continue, we go to the colors. And actually we can discuss again, shall we go with watercolors or shall we better take, let's say, acrylics, because they're more like, covering. Really up to you. We can discuss.
How about I want to kind of do watercolors?
Oh, then perfect, because Liam also suggested watercolors. Then we are all agree on one thing. But are you done? You're ready for the colors? Or you still need to finish glasses and...
I'm ready. I'm not sure about Ellie.
Okay, let's give, of course, Ellie the time. What about you, Neom?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Very nice. Ellie,
Ready?
you also ready? Wow, everyone's ready then. Let's go. Okay, putting my glasses a bit aside for a while. Then let's move to watercolors. So as usually, before we move, important thing not to forget, let's lighten up our drawing. Yeah. So if we go with acrylics, it's maybe not that critical, but watercolors, you all know, it's like they look cool when they're more transparent and light. So lighten up, especially some very thick lines, especially somewhere, sorry, where you're gonna have like skin tone. Yeah, then it's, so then the pencil is not so, yeah, so of course I can still see my drawing, but then it's not that aggressive pencil wise. And as usually, then also very important, clean well from all those pencil things, even like lifting up your artwork helps, and sometimes even with, you take just a dry brush also helps to remove all the eraser leftovers. Nice. Then our usual way from light to dark. Yes, then I suggest you spend time and mix a little bit the face, the skin tone. So what colors I would suggest to mix for the skin tone? Let's see. I think it was very good to make, you take kind of pink, but you also take a little bit brown, but then of course it's all more transparent and white. So let's experiment a bit like this. So I'm taking pink. If you have white in watercolors, then feel free also use it. Yeah. And then, so it's not just too pink. Then I can take a little bit of brown. Yeah, the brown color is always good. Yeah, and you can add also a little bit of yellow. Just play around a bit. Yeah, skin tone mixing is kind of needs some practice. But yeah. And then before applying to your original artwork, just put a little bit to the some extra piece of paper. So then you see, okay, if it's too dark, if it's too light, like here it's a bit too pinkish. Yeah, so now I want to do a bit more realistic, let's say. And then when you feel ready, then of course, just apply. Yeah, and it's always better to start with a bit more water, having it all a bit more transparent, because you can always darken, but going back, lightening, yeah, then this thing is not that easy. Yeah, so I'm just coloring my face and my neck. Yeah, later we also need to do a bit of shadow under the neck, but our first goal is just one tone that we have. Nice. Yeah, and as usually we remember, the secret of watercolors is actually the less brush strokes you do, the better. So if there is some place that you say, didn't work nicely, the best thing is like maybe take a paper towel, dry it a bit, and just leave it rest. And once it's dry, it's much easier to correct. Yeah, so if it's like, let's say, some area you don't like, just clean your brush, add a bit more water there, so it kind of cleans out. You can dry with paper towel, and then just go paint somewhere else on your painting, and then come back when it's dry, much easier. But just what happens often that it's normal. We all are a bit impatient. And especially you see, some error on my painting, I want it to be corrected straight away. Yeah, but just remembering this thing can, okay, easy. Then hair, I would suggest. Yeah, so then each decides what color of hair you have. If you're painting yourself, of course. Okay, maybe this is too dark. I'm thinking. Yeah, and then again, if you're not sure, the best thing is just take an extra piece of paper. In general, if you paint with watercolors, you always need to have next to you just some extra paper, so then you can check what mix you're getting. Yeah, otherwise you go straight away to your painting, and then it's oops, yeah, it wasn't how I wanted to look. Yeah, let's say this one too reddish, and yeah, the other one maybe too light. No, I find here it's a bit more difficult for me to mix rather than it was for the skin. Okay, just fighting them. Okay, maybe this one. So in the end, I ended up with having the darkest, the sepia brown, and then I added the sienna, yellowish, and then somehow I got a bit like this. Yeah, but it also can be, let's say, our hair also not like here a bit too, this is a bit more to poster style, meaning that it's all in one tone, upper part, the bottom. But hairs, of course, are, yeah, you can even start maybe doing some, yeah, so not just coloring in as we did the face, but you can actually do the hairs, and then you can mix different browns. Let's say you can start with one, and then you can also go. Nice. Yeah, so. And one of the ways I like also doing, so let's say you do those stripes, then you let them dry, and then you take another, so then you take another color, and then you can actually make it a bit more liquidish, and then it's easy, you fill up those emptinesses, and then it looks cool. Yeah? It works also very nice with acrylics, even better, because acrylics are not that, like they dry fast, and then once they're dry, they don't react so much on water. Like watercolors, of course, they are more, but still you can do it. Yeah, if you're like careful. Yeah. So you can do stripes, but then you can also, let's say, blend in. Yeah, so let's say that's what I was talking about. So I had the stripes, but then I take another color that it's maybe a bit more light. and watery, and then I just kind of go inside of the emptinesses in between. And then, yeah, so then in the end I kind of blend it. And also before I forget, I've destroyed my skin tone, but it's good to make a little bit shadow under the chin on the neck, so then it looks realistic. So remember how I did my skin tone, a bit of pink, then I did a bit of, I think then it was the sienna. So I did a bit of sienna. And then lighten up either with the white. Yeah, I can have also a bit of yellow. Oh, but yellow is very strong. I did it too much. Can I go back to pinkish a bit? Yeah, so actually like for the shadow under the neck, you don't really need to mix different color. It can be the same you did the skin. Just when you apply it like twice, yeah, if you apply it 2 or 3 layers, then it automatically becomes a bit darker. Huh? And then of course try to avoid it looks like some like separate spot. It's kind of, I did it and then I blend out the border, so it's more like kind of looks natural. Yeah, as the, and again I put it, I leave it dry. Yeah, and then I don't, and then if I need it, then I go put it one more time. Oh, okay. Now would be the time to decide what color you want your t-shirt to be and the background. So I suggest we decide for those, like you choose them at once. Yeah, so you can think about your favorite colors. My always favorite is blue and orange. So I think I'll do my t-shirt blue, and the background I can do orangey. And the background again, maybe not as simple as here, this is just colored plain. But since we use watercolors, so then I can go a bit more, so it's a bit floating, a bit more some part, a bit less, so maybe it's somehow a bit yellow there, so it looks a bit more like sunshine. Yeah, I feel spring is coming, so this is my plan. Yeah? Feel free to share your plan as well for colors, for t-shirt and background. Yeah, which ones you're going for. Another little tip here where the hairs are, where the hair are connected to the face, you can do a little bit darker the outline. It's also because, again, it's the same, the story of thickness. And then there usually also, it's a little bit shadowish there because, yeah, it's, yeah, the hair, the thickness. Alrighty, so I said I'm going for blue. Let's try to mix again some blue color, find suitable. Okay, this is a bit too dark, but then I can mix it with something bright. Mhm. Classical. It's something like this. And I'm also here, I'm using also a little bit the blurring, like use the story that I'm working with watercolor. So kind of I'm making a bit darker outside, and here I'm gonna make, so maybe it's like, you know, sometimes there are t-shirts that have like the gradient. And of course I can use a little bit of paper towel if I need to make it a bit more. And this is a little bit the story of, if you choose some mediums, let's say if you're choosing to work with watercolors, then it's logically to use the strong part of watercolors. And the strong part is that they're floating, they're transparent, yeah? So not trying to work with watercolors as if it's gouache or acrylics, yeah? And trying to cover all very like firm, like untransparent, because like in this case, they just take acrylics and so here I try to do it a little bit like romantic a t-shirt. If there are some details, like let's say I have a necklace, I'll think maybe I'll do it later with separate with marker or pen. Yeah, I can do details, so it's here I'm putting this little dark part. This is the story is like I was trying to tell you, like as if the t-shirt is on top. Yeah, so there I have the line of the neck and shoulder, and then I've put it on top. Yeah, so this little detail, it's just a very little tiny dark spot, but it gives the effect of my clothes as being on top. Cool. And now let's have fun with background. So I decided for some orangey. Here I can do already like play a bit maybe, so maybe change the brush. I take bigger brush, maybe I do some somewhere like more, somewhere less. Yeah, maybe let it flow. You can use some paper towel to change. So it's a bit like texture or something there. Yeah, this orange that I'm putting, I bought them it separately, and the name is Indian Gold. Really love it. It's find it very, very shiny, active. Yeah, but you can also add another maybe. Here's. Yeah, this one is more to gold, and I'm mixing a little bit of, let's say, more classical orange, like that. And maybe I can put even a bit gold into my hair as well, these oranges. Not to be that strict and having like this firm line, I can blend a bit background into the hair. Why not? You know, it so as if it's all shiny. Cool. So I also let it dry. So we also remember the thing about watercolors, that when they dry, they kind of lose at least 40% of the brightness. So now we're putting, it all looks ooh, so cool, so bright. Once it's dry, you're like, oh, where did my colors go? Yeah, so keep it in mind and nothing to do. So if it's dry and you feel it's not bright enough, you go and put the second layer, the third, the fourth, the fifth if it's needed. Yeah. So cool. I'm letting my background dry, no rush, and I can start thinking slowly about my sunglasses. Yeah. So what I would like to put there. So I'll let it dry, and here I'll put. Then again, you can think of then the color. So here I did the red sunglasses. So and then of course the main part, what you have inside. Then we all gonna have something different. I am trying to not to paint the sea, although it's the sea I like to paint. I mean, if I like, why not? Why it's? I think I'll go again with the sea. But you girls, yeah, we can also brainstorm together. Just whatever. What would you like to put? If it's nature, if it's an animal, if it's some object, you know, if it's like sometimes you feel hungry and then you kind of subconsciously you paint some food, yeah, like ice cream, chocolate, candy. So maybe it's the place where you want to go, maybe it's your home, maybe some flowers. Yeah, so many like, and it's actually very cool to paint from time to time such sunglasses. It's like just reflecting on your mood today. Okay, then also practical advice. If you've decided what color will be the outline of your glasses, then it's the way. If it's dark, let's say dark blue, black, then you do it afterwards. Then first you do all the story of the inside. So let's say I have sky, I do light blue sky. And then on top, it's easier. I can do the outline of my sunglasses. Huh? If by any case you say, okay, no, I want my sunglasses, actually the outline to be light, white, beige, yellowish. Yeah. And of course, you need to be careful. And then you you put first this light color of the outline. And then you wait till it's dry and then you carefully paint what's inside. Okay, I'm going anyway with the sea, nothing to do. So I'm gonna do light sky. And I'm gonna do a little bit maybe clouds also. Yeah, it can be also, the sky can be also without clouds. Yeah, so I'm imagining a very warm day. Yeah, I do no clouds. I really want like the perfectly blue sky, you know, those days when it's kind of nothing in the sky, it's so peaceful. Yeah, and I'm putting the light blue, and I can go even more since I'll have sea is a bit darker, then I can go on top. And now I'm not worried about going like outline of my sunglasses because I've decided I'm going to do them dark blue. Then it's kind of just, I will cover the imperfections. I have this. Yeah, I can let it dry a bit and then I'll go for the sea. So the sea I'm doing will be a bit darker. And I'm also gonna do a wave, I think. So, yeah, I don't rush because the area of sunglasses is small. So of course, if you do something that requires details, then it's not that easy. So yeah, you can do, and then let it dry, then I'll go to the other side. It can be also fun that, you know, it's a little bit like connected, like the image maybe the one side the other connects. So maybe it can be even one object that starts in one part and finishes into the other. It can also be. So what I'm painting a wave, and now I'm changing a bit. I've decided that the wave is starting in one sunglass side, and then it's gonna go to the other side. So first, how it works. Dark. Of course, I'm very curious and very excited to see what you've chosen and how your artworks are doing. So I have my C, and then I'm gonna draw the surface. So changing my brush. Yeah, so actually my sunglasses, it's like as if I'm standing on the beach and actually looking at the sea reflects in there. Yeah, so this thing I'm drawing, it's the kite. Yeah, it's the from water sports. This is something I like to do, so I'm placing myself. Sorry, something in the chat. Sure, yes, of course, Niam. Yeah, no rush. You see, we also all I'm still painting this. So I saw if she went for glue, it means she has already her sunglasses. Yeah. Cut it and almost ready to glue. Very nice. So also, yeah, tickle. Sometimes it's even like good to leave it a bit minimalistic, maybe not overdoing. Yeah, we should practice one day. We should practice like minimalistic painting, you know, because it's actually not that easy. One thinks, minimalistic, you need to paint less, but it's something in us that we often want to like add things. So alrighty, and then I'm also painting outlines. Maybe which color? Actually, I will go with a bit emerald, so a bit greenish, like greenish blue. Something like this is calling my attention. Because I want it to be dark, but not too dark to be like black or something. And no one is sharing with me what they painted. They are leaving me for a surprise to see the whole result together. Yeah, and of course, if you do the sunglasses, you cut them, you glue, and then don't forget, of course, the nose and the mouth are also. All right. My time to cut. Mhm. Ta-da! Here comes my sunglasses. Oh, take a look, girls. Nice, nice, nice. Like it. Yeah, and of course, like you can do corrections once they're there. Yeah, I see Niyama is also putting her sunglasses. Mhm. The glue. I also have some. Here I have some glue. Yeah, and the secret with the glue is actually like the pressing moment. So when you have your glue and then you put it where you want it to stick, and then you need to be patient and like hold it strongly. Yeah, press with your fingers where it is, and like you can even count. So then, yeah, then it will work. Yeah, and then of course be careful with where you put it. So just kind of feel nicely the position, not too low, not too high. And then just sometimes you can, it's even actually like good to put something on top So I'm gonna use a piece of paper so then I don't like destroy a lot my drawing. So I just cover with the paper and then I can kind of yay, done. Okey-dokey. Then I have some nose. The nose, I think I'll go with the same, with just simple line. Because it's still, anyway, it's also very active, glasses, hair background. So then it's cool to leave just, and you can even take a pencil, because if your watercolors are dry, and if you go like slowly, you can even like erase a bit and correct. So then, yeah, but I go very lightly first, just kind of a little bit deciding where my nose will be. Yeah, and I can do the same with lips. So then I can, lips also, remember that try to find again where was your middle line, because the nose kind of a bit to one side, yeah, this is, so this line is not the middle line, it's kind of the, but the lips, anyway, we do a bit, we try to remember where was our middle line. And then you can also try to make maybe a smile. So here it's a bit serious. Maybe you can, yeah, play a little bit with the corners of the lips. And then you can make as if it's smiling or as if it's more serious. If you pull the corners down, then they are, yeah, so for example, here now I did my lips, but I can erase a bit, yeah, so if I'm careful, then I can erase on watercolors. Felt my lips were maybe a bit too big. Cool. Okay, so I did with pencil, and then of course I can go and do the outline, and it's fine. You can take the say marker, or so I think markers will be too bright. So I'm actually taking a pencil and yeah, so then maybe I just take first some brown pencil and like I slowly make it darker. Yeah, so I don't rush, I don't make it like just one black line. Yeah, because I want it to be there, but I don't want it to be too active, like screaming out, hey, look, I'm nose, I'm here. Yeah, the lips actually would be good. I go back to watercolors. Because I need to choose which pink to do. And the story with the lips is also that the upper lip is darker than the lower lip. And why it is so? It's the same story of light and shadow. The sun is on top, the lamp is on top. So it's shining from top to bottom. And then it means the upper lip, it gives the shadow to itself. Yeah, the same like we have this shadow under the neck. Yeah, and then it's also the shadow under the nose usually. But here we have this a bit stylish nose, so it's not necessary to put the shadow there. But in general, like those areas, you just automatically put shadows because this is how also our brain get used to see it. We are used to having yay. And then I'll do also my necklace. And maybe also take pencils. And then it's not so actively, yeah, something. And again, if I'm putting a string of the necklace, it's the same. I'm putting it a bit around the neck. Yeah, so the same as we did with the clothes. So I can like take a look like here close. I have my line, the line of the neck, and then I do like up as if I'm going around. Yeah. And this little detail, yeah, the same like here as I went up a bit around with the t-shirt. Yeah. So so this is something that like the viewer might not notice, but it gives the feeling. Yeah. So the feeling will be, it looks realistic. Yeah. And we as a painters, this is our job to know those tricks and to use them, of course. Yeah, because it's us doing art, but many people they're not connected. They don't spend time taking brushes and painting something, so they don't know. And then of course, yeah, they don't know those tricks. Okay. And of course, any other detail you want. I mean, it can be details on the background. I see I was doing something in the hair. That's a cool idea. Some like, yeah, something maybe, how you call it? Yeah, like not decoration, like some of these hair things. No, that's actually nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go correct a bit my hair also again. I'm gonna put the hair. Yay. And it's very nice to, when it's dry, you turn and you put the date on your portrait. Because let's say if you do the same portrait next year, or you do it in 5 years, and of course it's very cool if you keep them, because it's so cool to see what was it, what I liked, what was it, what colors I was choosing, what I put inside of my glasses. And of course, with time, it can change. Yeah, it's good to. And then you take a look. This year, like, okay, Juliet is showing. Whoa, take a look, Niam. Yes, it's such a cool sunglasses. There are mountains, a sea, and what is it? Is it a lizard?
Chinese dragon.
Chinese dragon, but so cool and such an awesome idea.
I really like all of the mountains.
Also, wow. Okay, Neom is ready to show. Hey, look so stylish. Girls, come back, take a look at Neom's. She has this hair thing. I like the red, and I very like the blue for the dress. And what's I can't see so far in camera. Explain us what you have in your sunglasses, please.
I have like a forest. There's like the blue sky, and then there's like a pond.
Oh, that's cool, the nature. But I really love the intensity of your colors, Neom. Like your shirt is very, yeah, so like this intense bold color is very cool. Hair, and I love the hair detail, of course. Smart idea. Yay, excited. So excited to see also Ellie's portrait. How it's going? Ellie, you need a bit more time. Yeah, how's your portrait, Ellie?
I'm almost done.
Almost done. Okay, very cool. We are waiting. No rush. Yeah, of course, like Niam, Juliet are ready. Can just use time to clean up. We wait for Ellie to finish and take a look at her result as well. Cool, cool. Yeah, so when it's finished, don't forget to put a date, at least a year. Yeah, this like, and this will be very cool for yourself for the memory. Yeah. Okay, I will stop recording here, but of course we wait for you, Ellie. So no rush, like no rush at all, because anyway, your cameras are not visible on. Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh, you're ready. Then okay, then perfect. Let's.
I'm just like there's still like glue spots that have to dry.
Okay, we know that glue is drying, becoming transparent, so don't be worried about it. Okay, Niam, let's take a look how Ellie did. What a haircut and what a sunglasses. Yes. And what a t-shirt. You a stylish girl. Hey. And now tell us what you have in your sunglasses.
It's hard to see because it's a house and Because we go to Wildwood like every summer,
Mm.
and that's the Wildwood house and the car, and then there's the beach.
But girl, I can totally recognize house, the car, the side of the beach, amazingly. So it means this summer you hopefully also gonna enjoy this time. Nice artworks, girls. And the background, yeah, I like how you've chosen the colors.
I really like mine.
I think these ones deserve the spot on the wall for sure.
And I was gonna put it up when we go to Wildwood.
Yeah, very nice idea as well. Amazing. Very nice. Well, thank you all girls for joining, and thank you for cool artworks. Yeah, Niam's also showing thumbs up. Yay. Cool. Yeah. So I was happy to see you. Great job. And then I see you next week.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Niam. Bye bye, girls. Bye bye. Thank you too. Bye bye.